Hello, people, and we got crypto news for you. We have another hack scam that we're going to go over, and we're also going to go over the Mt. Gox transferring to Bitstamp, new transfer. They were transferring to Kraken before, now Bitstamp's in on the game. And Binance, as of a couple of days ago, can invest in treasury bills. So let's get to it. The Ethereum fund that was pulled is called Ethereum ETH TrustFund DAO, and it rug pulled for $2 million, which was its entire funding. So if you're invested in this project, you are screwed. You should have gotten out because the signal was that back in April, the developer ceased to answer any questions, and then you finally decided to rug pull. PeckShield actually reported this. It transferred its entire treasury funds to a new account and then attempted to launder the funds through Mixer apps. Yes, if your project removes the entire funds and transfers them through Tornado Cash or other Mixer apps, you are probably screwed. The incident was first reported by crypto investor and ex-user Oktoshi on July 21st. According to Oktoshi, the project's treasury had been sent to a new address the previous day. Yesterday, the project known as Ethereum Trust Fund, ETH Trust Fund, sent plus $2 million from the treasury to a new wallet after months of intentional inactivity by the dev. It seems that he decided to steal the funds. Yes. Now, once again, every other day we have a crypto scam or a crypto rug pull. And so you can't really blame a lot of people for not taking the industry seriously. We need to get rid of the bad players. If we want self-regulation, we do have to cut these people out. And PeckShield did report this on July 22nd. The developers transfer the funds to Mixer apps, Tornado Cash, and Railgun. So they're mixing. They're trying to get away from the exchange blockers and everything that would actually freeze their funds. And they're going to take your funds and then cash them out. According to an archived version of ETH Trust Fund developer documents, the project was conceived as a decentralized autonomous organization or DAO with rebasing features similar to Olympus and Wonderland, which was also rug pulls. So any rebasing coin is bad. Don't buy rebasing coins. We've talked about this in the past. Rebasing is not something that they can actually sustain. The fund issued blockchain-based bonds and then sold them to investors in exchange for current cryptocurrency. It has also rebased or issued new ETF tokens. But this particular project didn't even really get to the rebasing. It bailed out long before the rebasing. They had a twist to the new idea. Instead of constantly rebasing to produce more tokens, the fund would purportedly slow down its inflation after a period of time to begin to debase or destroy its own ETF tokens. It sounds like a horrible idea in the first place, and it was a horrible idea. It was never really meant to work. They just wanted to orchestrate a giant rug pull, and they did rug pull for $2 million. So I'm sorry, all of you who were in this project, another $1 million rug pull. Mt. Gox has actually started to transfer money to Bitstamp. Now, Mt. Gox probably has several exchanges working for it. Kraken might have been for the US, and Bitstamp might actually be for Europe. Anyways, they transferred 0.02 BTC to 8 different deposit addresses. These are obviously tests. They're going to transfer the bulk much later. These movements each represent a value of around $1,400, but my guess is the full transfer is going to be about 40 to 8,000 Bitcoins, similar to Kraken. So you can see Mt. Gox distributions are coming right now. But these exchanges have not started to distribute the funds to creditors. By the end of this week, or at least by the end of next week, we will see if they will distribute to the creditors. And if it doesn't dump by then, that means the creditors are going to sell out slowly, and it's not really going to affect the price that much. So according to Arkham, these transfers are most likely a precursor to more substantial transfers, likely intended as test transactions before the final distribution of funds. This morning, Mt. Gox moving funds. Mt. Gox addresses deposited $1K to 4 separate Bitstamp deposit addresses. Bitstamp is one of the 5 exchanges working with Mt. Gox trustee to facilitate creditor repayments. So that's actually what's happening with Mt. Gox. And another piece of big news is that Binance is finally got the green light to invest in U.S. Treasury bills. The court stipulated that Binance.us could invest customer funds custodied at BitGo and Treasury bills maturing along a 4-week basis. So short-term Treasury bills, this is a way that Binance can actually get money off of customer funds. And Treasury bills are highly liquid, don't really have too much of a problem selling them, especially these short-term bills. According to the order handed by the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia, Binance.us will be able to invest in certain customer funds through a third-party investment manager as long as Binance.us ensures the funds are not being invested back into the company or any of its related entities. So The U.S. government, I think that they're going to get more friendly with Binance.us. I'm not really sure if Binance.com is going to come in. Binance.us is owned by BAM. It's a completely different entity. But if they hold a bunch of U.S. Treasury bills, the government will probably think twice before getting too hostile with Binance.us. Because if they get too hostile with Binance.us and they have to dump Treasury bills, that might be a problem with the United States. This is one of the ways that Binance could actually be working their way back into the good graces of the U.S. government. They know the U.S. market is going to be huge. They don't really want to give it up, even with all the regulatory nonsense that they've actually been dragged through. Don't really know if CZ's behind this. I mean, his wife essentially runs Binance, so he more or less has a hand in everything at this point. And he's going to be out of prison in September, and then he's going to have wrathful vengeance on anti-crypto people. Now, I just made that last part up. But still, very good news for Binance, and it could be the first step of Binance ingratiating itself with U.S. officials. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you, and have a nice day.